Today, guys, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to tame one of the best shoulder mounts in all of Ark, and that's this guy right here, the Sinomacrops. This guy will save your life all the freaking time when you're playing Ark, and it's not even going to be funny. He's absolutely outstanding for PvP, and is an absolute must-have, and will help in literally almost every PvP fight. So, you want him, okay? To tame these guys is very, very simple on their own, right? You just feed them chitin and chase them and run around, but I have an even simpler way to do that, and that's just building this little tiny insignificant trap. So all you need to actually tame these guys is chitin, 15 chitin on official settings, 2 storage boxes, a wooden sign, and then a bulla, and that is it. That's all you need to tame this guy. Here you can see the trap right here, this little layout of it, and let me show you how it's actually done. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my bulla, and I'm going to spawn the Sinomacrops in right now, right? Typically, you're going to find one out in the wild. You're not going to spawn one in unless you're a cheater. But yeah, so I'm going to spawn this guy in. Oh, and he just fell right through the map. Oh, never mind, he didn't. And you're going to go right up to him, and you're going to feed him the kite, which is going to be their last inventory. And right after that, you bulla him. You put a wooden sign right next to him. And then you put 2 wooden boxes behind him and to the right of him. And this just completely traps him in. He cannot go anywhere. He is 100% stuck. Now, after you have done this, all you do is you sit right in front of him. It's important that you sit right in front of him because it blocks him from escaping that way. And you just sit there and wait to feed him. Make sure you don't move, because if you move, that it might scare him away. So don't move. Literally just sit here and, you know, wait. See, I fed the chitin. Now he is going to try to fly away, but he can't because he is trapped from all sides and above. And so yeah, it's very, very easy. Note, if you are doing this on official settings with kite, it'll take you 5 minutes and 10 seconds using this method. Boosted depends on your rates, but on official it's 5 minutes and 10 seconds with this method for a perfect 150, which is very, very nice. And look at that, beautiful. He is ready to feed again, so I'm just gonna feed him. And congratulations, you have just tamed your first Sinomacrops. Probably, maybe not, I don't know, but this guy's an absolute beast, right? So now let's get into what makes him an actual beast. But before we do that, okay, we might be wondering what to level on this guy. Okay, the most important thing to level on this guy is going to be stamina, right? Because all of his abilities require stamina, so you're going to want a lot of it. You can level up health if you want. You can level up weight if you want to make him a backpack, but stamina is the way to go by far, as I accidentally level up health. So now let's get into his abilities, right? His first ability is a screech ability, which is very, very nice. It makes it to where all small dinosaurs get scared away. And how you actually activate this is if you hold T, go to play emote, and do the clap emote, they'll scare. Right, and now this Dillo is running away. He's terrified. Look at him. And he'll run away for like, I think it's like 30 seconds. It is a long time. No matter how close I get to this Dillo, this dude wants nothing to do with me, which is very nice. This also works on Ichthys, Pegos, Microraptors, you know, all of the annoying stuff in Ark that you just don't want to deal with, which is very nice. But it's not his bread and butter. It's not why you tame this guy. The reason why I tame this guy is because he's an absolute lifesaver when it comes to PvP because of his other abilities. This guy works much like a wingsuit and a glider suit at the same time. Okay, so his second ability is he has a double jump. So if you double jump with this guy, you go really high, just like that. And if you hold jump, you can fly. It's not very high. You don't gain altitude very quick, but you can fly, which is very nice. When you decide to go flying, instead of holding, you know, space, make sure you do the double jump, because you gain altitude much quicker if you do the double jump before you instead of just holding the actual jump button. So that's nice. Okay, and then he has one last ability, and that's going to be his glide ability. While you are flying, if you press crouch, right, he will actually turn into a gliding suit, a wingsuit, which is very, very nice and effective. You can go forever as long as you have height and stamina. Okay, most people don't know how to use wingsuits, so I'm going to show you how to use one real quick. If you do not hold shift on your wingsuit, on your glide suit, you can look down, you can look left, you can look right. You'll turn, but you won't actually like fall. If you hold shift, then you're going to like change your height, you're going to change your altitude, and that's kind of how that works. Now, a lot of times when you're wingsuiting, a random dive bomb is going to occur, and I found the best way to prevent that is to fly in the first person when you decide to hold shift, and it's just a lot more, you get a lot more control over your wingsuit when you are in first person. Okay, Now, I'm going to teach you how you combine these abilities to absolutely save your life 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times when you get picked by somebody, right? When you get picked by somebody on a wyvern or on a PT or on a griffin or whatever, right? They're going to try to pick you. They're going to try to drop you to see if you have parachutes. Most people are carrying parachutes, right? And they're going to try to hit you out the sky, right? Or try to hit you into the ground hard. And so while you're in the sky, you're very vulnerable after you've gotten picked. Okay, and here's how you save your life 9 out of 10 times and don't get breath attacked while you are falling down. Okay, first thing you're going to do is after you're picked, you're just going to fall to the ground. But about 50 feet above the ground, you're going to activate the gliding suit, which is like right now, and then boom. Then you shift run into the ground and you're good. You're off, which is super, super nice. That is so much quicker, so much better than a parachute. You take absolutely no damage, right? You change your direction, and when you hit the ground, you hit the ground running. You're ready to go, right? That will save your life so much compared to, let's say you fall out the sky. I'm just gonna do it from a short height, right? Compared to falling out the sky and just using the jump button and like falling down like this. You're gonna get killed a lot more doing that method than the gliding suit method. Just make sure you do it 50 feet above the ground, because when you actually activate the gliding suit, you are gonna lose quite a bit of altitude really fast, faster than falling, which is also helpful for getting away, right? And so yeah, that is very, very nice, and that's how you're gonna use him in PvP. And one last thing on this guy, if you hold R, you can click enable auto scream or scream at the same time. I like to have auto scream on, right? The reason why is because if you have auto scream on, anytime you run next to a small dinosaur, I think this is one over here, right, it'll just scare him away like that, and then he just starts running, which is very nice to have it automatically do it. Okay, and that's pretty much it. And don't worry if you run out of stamina. Instead of actually just falling to your death, he activates as a parachute and just kind of like glides down. I'll show you that real quick. I'll skip to it. Alright, so I'm about to run out of stamina any second now, as you can see on the right hand side, and I'm just going to show you what it does. And at the top it'll appear insufficient stamina, like that, and you don't have to hold anything, but you'll kind of just fall like a parachute, which is very nice. So in case you run out of stamina, you don't have to worry. You'll land, and you'll land, take absolutely no damage. Okay, that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe, because that'd mean the absolute world to me. I'm currently on a mission to get 400 subscribers. I think we're at like 377 right now, so every subscriber counts, and you know, it means a lot. This is my dream. Other than that, peace out, and may God bless you all.